I go to battle for you every day to combat the nonsense in the mainstream media. They're more interested in sound bites and sensationalism. I'm interested in the truth and being your consumer advocate. My ultimate goal is to help you win in any marketplace, and I'm bringing an edge in the real estate and financial game. My name is Craig Sewing, and this is the American Dream. All right, welcome back. With all the negativity happening in the 24/7 news cycle, isn't it nice to talk about local, positive, empowering information? I continue to encourage you to go online, visit us, engage with our professionals here. These are people right here out of the local marketplace and the best in the business. Email us your questions, and we'll always get to them. Some we get on the air, some we don't, but we'll make sure we get back to them. Love to get one of these emails pulled up right here if we could, guys. Craig, what's the most important thing to look for when choosing a realtor to sell your home? P.S. Love your show. Thanks for being our consumer advocate. Jan in Mission Valley. You know, there's 17,000 real estate licenses in San Diego. So the first piece of advice I want to give you is you don't just pick anyone. You know, it can't just be a friend or someone who's in the family. I mean, you could, but there's a likelihood that they're going to make mistakes. You have a contract, earnest deposit. Not to mention, if you're selling a home, you want to get the most bang for your buck. So I really encourage you to go very micro. Get someone who is an expert in your market. I encourage you to get testimonials, have a set amount of questions you want to ask them. Certainly, we have 15 real estate elite that represent every zip code of San Diego. If you ever want an introduction to a realtor, it really does make sense to go to us online. Let us facilitate the introduction, hopefully develop a synergy there and help you sell your home. So hopefully that answers your question, Jan. I appreciate you reaching out. All right, one of my favorite markets in San Diego is the downtown market. I used to live there in the high rises. And it's really expanded out. East Village is growing. We have the Idea District. Little Italy continues to grow. We're bringing in our downtown expert, Seth O'Byrne, to talk specifically about what's happening down there in the Gaslamp District. Well, welcome back. Seth O'Byrne, good
thanks for having me,
That's why you don't talk during the stinger.
I don't think you're supposed to.
All right, so, you know, on this show, you've talked a lot about micro markets, Solana
Sure.
Beach, Encinitas. What else have you hit?
You know, we've hit Solana Beach, Encinitas. We've talked about Del Mar. We brought in the COO of the Del Mar racetrack, as you remember. You know, pretty much a lot of the coastline. It's high time we talk about downtown. It's where our office is.
Your office is downtown, growing office.
Yeah.
Man, great team. All of you guys are winning awards. Great production numbers, very well respected. Let's take a look at the downtown marketplace.
From a real estate perspective, downtown provides a great way for first-time homebuyers to get into properties in the 300,000s and 400,000s. Mid-rise properties are going to have lower HOA fees and offer less amenities. At the same time, if you're looking for luxury, downtown has it. If you want a penthouse, if you want a 3,000 square foot condo, if you're willing to pay those higher HOA fees, you're going to have a concierge, full-time 24-hour security, valet parking. And what's very incredible about living downtown is the views. But San Diego offers a small town feel. It's a very safe downtown, it's a very clean downtown, and the growth potential in downtown San Diego is really a very remarkable thing. I think for the West Coast, San Diego is one of the most evolving cities, and I think downtown is at the heart of that.
So how are things going down there?
Very well, very well. Yeah, downtown's a very active marketplace, and as you know, one of the things that I think 92101 has that other zip codes don't have is it has international interest. I mean, I get calls from people in China, in the UK, tons of calls from people from Mexico that want to invest in 92101. So though it's a hyper-local market, I think it has a huge international presence, which means it's a lot more steady of a market.
What's the next phase of downtown? There's a lot of cranes going up. I understand that's a lot of luxury rentals versus new residential. What's coming up here soon?
Well, there's a lot coming up, and I think as far as the rentals, as you know, we are in a housing crisis in San Diego. So I do think there's a lot of rental units needed. Affordable is obviously important, but in a zip code like 92101, I think higher end luxury rentals are going to always be a big part of the marketplace. I do have a line on something I don't think I should talk about on the show, but I do have a line on a new high-rise condos that are on their way up that nobody quite knows about yet.
Well, you have a gal on your team, Erica Spears, who just got connected with the Downtown Community Planning Council. Is that right? So
yes.
I'm sure that has something to do with some insider knowledge there.
She does give me a little bit of insider knowledge, and she's phenomenal. Erica Spears is a great asset. We hired her now about a year and a half ago, and she's just been one of the greatest introductions to our real estate team that we've really ever had.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the website here, sethsold.com, you can see your entire team, and all of you work really in unison. So we think about downtown and what's happening with property values. You're always taking on new listings. You control a lot of the quote-unquote inventory down there.
Sure.
Anything new for you? Anything coming up?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of new listings coming up. In fact, we have one coming up in Doma, which is a City Mark project.
Little Italy.
Little Italy.
Yep.
Yeah, and City Mark also built a property that we wanted to show viewers today as well in Aperture, which is 1494 Union. It's an unbelievable property. As you can see, the views there are incredible. You can see the sailboats from your bedroom. You can watch the planes come land in Lindbergh. That property is 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, about 1,500 square feet. And it's modified type 1 construction, meaning it's concrete, it's steel. You can't hear your neighbors, and your neighbors can't hear you. So if you wanted quiet in your property, or if you were an entertainer and you didn't want to disturb your neighbors, I think a property like this would be perfect. Being concrete and steel and floor-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall glass, I think it really caters to someone with a contemporary style too. It's very modern.
Yeah, no, it looks like a great property. You have all your other properties up at sethsold.com. You're on the radio show on Tuesday. We actually talked about some of these listings. And I should also mention that we were just talking about video marketing.
Sure.
There's video marketing, and then there's video content. You have a whole library of great content on your website, great information about micro markets and a lot of resources like free property evaluations. You want to get a free estimate of what your home value is, go to sethsold.com. He can do that for you. Switching gears here,
sure.
You're a realtor, you're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So and so am I as well. I'm not a realtor, but I'm an entrepreneur. So we kind of celebrate that entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
We're going to be bringing on a guest here, Stephen Cox with TakeLessons, CEO. Tell us about him.
Well, when you ask the question, what's going on downtown, I say Stephen Cox is happening downtown. And TakeLessons is really shaping downtown. As you know, I'm a cheerleader of all entrepreneurs in San Diego. I think the future of our city lies in the hands of the entrepreneurs. And TakeLessons is a company you would normally see in Silicon Valley or downtown San Francisco. So it's a real asset to have them in San Diego. And I think when we talk about what's going on downtown, we have to always frame that conversation in what's going on as far as employment, entrepreneurship, and new businesses. So I thought it'd be great to have them on and talk about what is happening downtown.
Well, let's take a look here at TakeLessons CEO Stephen Cox.
When I say tech startup, what's the first city you think of? Odds are it's not San Diego. So that's why when Stephen Cox founded TakeLessons in 2007 in the heart of downtown San Diego, it took everybody by surprise. TakeLessons is a tech company that puts students together with teachers. You could learn things from film acting to singing, from guitar lessons to Spanish, and it's all on the same exact website. What's great for students is they know if they go through TakeLessons, the teachers have been vetted and they're fully qualified. And for teachers, they know if they sign up with TakeLessons, they always have business waiting for them. Over the last 7 years, they've built so much interest around what they're doing, they've raised over $20 million in venture capital. All those dollars come to San Diego, specifically downtown. That trickles down through the local real estate market, and in fact, it impacts the entire Southern California economy. This means real estate sells faster, values climb. So as the characteristics of the San Diego economy change, TakeLessons is at the heart of that, and what they're doing is making San Diego home for tech. So while most people are hoping that San Diego has a bright future, TakeLessons is actually making it a reality.
Love it. Stephen Cox, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Really
so
appreciate
very big name downtown, great reputation. Seth's been talking about you for a long time, but everybody does really. So let's talk about TakeLessons, and I'd love to get your opinion about what you're seeing, a lot of the activity, businesses, what's happening, any job growth. So tell us about TakeLessons.
Great, and we'll kind of frame it around the downtown environment, which is where we're located. We started TakeLessons out of a spare bedroom on the corner of 5th and K downtown in the Trellis building that I think Seth actually sold me the unit many years ago. Yeah. So he sold my first property, and then I bought that property from him, and had this idea about how we could democratize earnings and and allow people to make a living doing what they love to do. And so we started the business right there on 5th and K, and then kind of got our first office on 6th, and moved to Broadway, then moved to 4th, then the Diamond View, and then kept moving offices as we continued to grow. We're in the building on 225 Broadway. Yeah, awesome. 225 Broadway downtown. And about 55 employees down there. Growing like a little weed, and really excited about being part of the downtown community there. In fact, I think the San Diego Business Journal just listed the top 20 companies downtown with respect to the number of employees that are down there. And what was amazing is 5 out of the top 15 are involved in digital and tech right now. So it's certainly something that, if you take a look at what's happened over the past 5 years, the explosion of what we call the innovation economy has certainly taken over downtown, and to where, as we have continued to grow, just our business as well as other businesses around, I look around, and just even right there within our area, I can throw a stone and hit 15 to 20 other tech startups right around there, which is super cool to see.
Innovation economy, it is interesting now. Now, you have these 21-year-olds that they are better on Excel and PowerPoint and internet and social media. I mean, it's like they're born with a mouse in their hand.
Sure.
And so that's the gist of what you guys are doing, a lot of tech stuff. Exactly what is it that you guys do with TakeLessons?
Yeah, if you take a look around, it's very difficult to find an instructor for whatever that you might do. If you're a parent looking for your child, for tutoring lessons, or you want to learn Spanish or take crochet. I went horseback riding and took horseback riding lessons last weekend.
No kidding.
And you can find all of these instructors on TakeLessons. And you can take lessons either in person, such as horseback riding, or you can take lessons online as well if it's something that's better suited for you. But as far as the company, we have instructors now that's located in 4,000 cities all across the U.S. Tens of thousands of people are now able to make a better living doing what they love to do on the TakeLessons platform.
Can you teach an old dog new tricks?
Absolutely.
Because I got a client for you.
That's
his
great.
name is Mr. Buster.
Well, we had, we have actually some dog trainers, if you're referring to that. And then our oldest student right now, he's an 85-year-old gentleman. He joined, and he's learning drums, and he's in La Costa, actually. And that's a pretty
sure his
phenomenal.
Neighbors love him. Yeah, next time we'll have to get you on the show again and
try
it out on here.
Yeah,
so what's the future of TakeLessons, and what do you see as the future of the downtown economy and the innovative economy, as you coined it, for our market?
Sure. Well, with TakeLessons, we've raised, again, about $20 million in venture funding. We're certainly looking to continue our growth spurt forward, expanding out into more cities, opening up more categories, hiring more people, of which that obviously helps the overall San Diego economy as well. With respect to what we're seeing in technology, specifically downtown, it's super cool. There will be 1,500 to 2,000 tech jobs created here in San Diego.
Wow.
The average tech job pays about $103,000. So when you start taking a look at how technology and innovation fuels the economy, it's really interesting to see how that's growing, specifically downtown. The San Diego Downtown Partnership recently completed a study in which every single tech job that moved downtown created an additional 1.5 jobs or 1.6 jobs in additional type of, whether it be through restaurants or hotels or these sorts of jobs. So we're spurring the overall economy.
Yeah,
so it's really super exciting to see. San Diego as a city, we're really proud of it. It's #1 for telecommunications. It's the 3rd largest city with respect to bioinformatics and biotechnology. The 7th largest clean tech city in the world. So a lot lot of folks, they don't realize what a big hub San Diego is becoming for innovation. But what we like to say is there's the first two big legs of the San Diego economy. The first one being military, the second one then being tourism, and there's a third one coming. And it is here. And it is the innovation economy, and it's producing a lot of jobs and a lot of
it's good to know that we
houses.
are growing. On past shows, I've actually kind of joked a bit how Governor Rick Perry out of Texas is running commercials on radio trying to pull jobs from San Diego, and he actually just pulled Toyota and several thousand jobs. So it's good to know that we're being innovative, that we're growing, certainly in the downtown marketplace. Like, there's a lot of big reports that we talk about on this show, on the radio show, but nothing is more important than getting a real pulse of the market from the people that are in the market. Seth O'Byrne is a top producing realtor in the downtown marketplace. If you're looking to buy or sell, he's the guy. And then, of course, Stephen Cox, entrepreneur, growing Take Lessons. Love that people could visit you online. What's the best website for you?
TakeLessons.com.
Easy enough, TakeLessons.com. Buster and I will be reaching out soon. Thanks for coming in, Seth, as always.
Absolutely.
All right, coming up next, we're going to have some fun with you. We've been sitting here in studio smelling Phil's barbecue the entire show. They're going to let me eat it. I understand they brought beer as well. So we're going to finish the show, have some fun. We're going to bring in Glenn Henderson and Shannon Keeley, who are our community organizers who are bringing this all together. We're going to talk about some of the great charities that are happening, Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Great finish to the show. Stick around. You're watching The American Dream. We'll see you in a minute.